Hi and welcome along to AFTV. We are here for the starting 11. Of course, today it's Brighton versus Arsenal. Should I say Arsenal versus Brighton? It's at home at the Emirates. 2 games to go till the end of the season, and we are awaiting the starting 11. Joining me here to discuss it, we've got Dan Potts.
Oh, look at that. That's an enthusiastic clap.
We've got Julian.
Hey!
And Stricto as well. Everybody's looking a little bit down in the dumps, right? And I'll give you the reason why. In the background, we've been watching the Everton game. Everton versus Man City, and we was all sort of thinking to ourselves, you never know, Everton, they won their last game 5-1. Could this be the game where, you know, City drop a couple of points, they've rested a few players? No, they're 2-0 up. They scored 2 goals. Haaland scored again, and looks like they're cruising to victory. Which means, listen, whatever happens today, Arsenal have to win their game today to keep the thing going. But it's starting to look more and more like City are going to go all the way and win the league. But we're still going to discuss the starting 11. First of all, just before we do that, just to mention that this watch along is powered by NordVPN. There's not long left until the end of the season, as you know. So do yourself a favour and grab an AFTV special. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Use the code AFTV and check out, or click the link in the description and visit nordvpn.com/AFTV for the AFTV special. Check it out.
Okay, Ty, why do you think you're unable to access new content on your favourite streaming services?
It was raining that day. We mustn't forget that it's been raining, so.
How did you end up with harmful malware on your laptop? Was that rain as well?
It was snowing. It's a disgrace.
Ty, what you need is NordVPN. Think of it as an umbrella, but just for your online activities.
I like umbrellas.
You'll be protected from harmful malware, viruses, and hackers.
Anything else?
It's super fast, and you can use it on up to 6 devices. Protected with complete freedom at the touch of a button.
You, sir, are not a disgrace. Thank you.
And with the AFTV special, you can save even more. Click the link to be invincible. So don't forget to check out your NordVPN, and you can do that right now. As I said, click the link in the description and visit the nordvpn.com/AFTV. By the way, in the game, you guys will be glad to know that super sub Neil Mopé's coming on. So goals galore in the second half.
Ty will be happy. Ty will be happy, I'll tell you that now.
He's done okay in the past, Mopé.
He's rubbish, man.
He ain't doing shit.
He's rubbish.
I tell you, you are being positive there, brother.
Yeah,
Mopé.
he did all right for Brighton.
And on that second goal, I'm sorry, right? I don't know if anybody of you guys were watching it at home. Pickford, what is he doing? You know, I mean, according to Julian, he done the right thing. Well,
No, I didn't
What,
say
let it go in?
I didn't say he did the right thing. What I said
He's diving
was that
before he's headed it.
Yeah, he predicted which way it was going to go.
No, he didn't
and
predict,
he
because
predicted
it went
wrong.
straight down the middle.
Yeah, he got it completely wrong.
No, but why are you diving before the guy's even headed it? I've never seen that before.
Because,
Not a penalty.
because he
poor.
thought it was
Poor
going one
goalkeeping.
way and it went the other. Or it didn't go the other,
That's
it went
why
straight down the
Aaron
middle.
Ramsdale, that's why Ramsdale for me all day long, man. You know what I mean? All day long.
100, man.
But yeah, we got to do our business today, guys, and the starting 11 is going to be interesting. One of the interesting things is going to be whether or not Zinchenko plays, because the rumours was, I think David Ornstein put it out, this big argument, by the way. He should have been in there today. Lee, right, Guna Lee. Yeah? So he's going, yeah, no, Ornstein said he's out, so it's definitely. I said, how do you know? I said, let's wait and see. I said, you know, Arteta said in his press conference that, you know, they'll wait and see if he trains tomorrow, Zinchenko. And he did train, right? So
he's in the contention.
Zinchenko could be, he trained yesterday. I don't know
Or there's a picture,
if there's been any sort of
of
reaction.
him on the training ground.
Yeah, in his training kit. So, you
Yeah.
know, well, if he's injured, he wouldn't be there, would he?
Arteta
If he at home.
could be playing the game.
Playing the game.
Yeah,
Why would you play a game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand this.
What game are you going to play for players?
Arsenal fans.
Yeah, because it's not against us fans. It's because if we play with Zinchenko, or we play with Tierney, or we play with another, it affects the formation and the way we play. Now, the last thing we want for the Brighton manager to know for definite is what formation and what tactics we're going to play, because then he's got more time to combat against it. Now, we know the starting 11 1 hour before kick-off. So hopefully the Brighton manager will also know the Arsenal starting 11 1 hour before kick-off, so it gives him less chance and less preparation time. So that's why he played the game.
Listen, if Zinchenko was going to be out, he wouldn't be in training, would he?
Okay, well, we'll see.
He wouldn't be in training.
I don't think, without disrespect, I don't think Zinchenko is that kind of player that you can start doing mind games on. Like, bro, do you know what I mean? Like, he's not, in most, you see some teams doing it with their main strikers. Zinchenko, hasn't been on form like that for it to be.
Agreed.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, that was a question. That was a question I wanted to ask anyway. Even if he is fit,
play Tierney.
Who do you start?
Tierney.
Play Tierney, 100.
Proved it in the last game against Newcastle. He came, he showed it up, gave us energy, gave us. You know what I'm saying? He gave us that. The attacking, sorry, I'm half watching the game there. Do you know what I'm saying?
He shored it. Yeah, he shored it up.
Because that's what was needed in that particular
at that time.
game.
Yeah, but
You
what
could
about
argue he was man of the match in the game?
who?
Tierney.
Nah.
I'm
he
serious.
did- no, he did really
literally
well.
He was responsible for the second one.
Odegaard and Jorginho, I would have
So you
given.
could
But I get
argue-
what you're saying. He
you
came
could
on and
argue,
he
like,
did
he came
well.
on
He was outstanding.
yeah. But he was
I don't think Zinchenko has been amazing in the last few games. I
He
can't
hasn't
lie
been
to you. I
amazing.
don't think Zinchenko has been outstanding. I don't think you look at Zinchenko from the Liverpool Anfield game to now and go, can't drop him. He's outstanding. I think there's been plenty of opportunities to play Tierney.
Yeah,
I
but
really do.
he's weaker defensively. Of
course
but
he is.
if you want to play the way that Arteta obviously wants to play with this inverted fullback, then that's how you play Zinchenko. Now the question is, if you do play Tierney, whether it be through choice or no choice because Zinchenko's injured, is are you going to play Tierney in the same way as an inverted fullback, or are you going to let Tierney play his more natural game?
Full left back. I think if Tierney's coming on, you can't. Tierney is the most one-footed human being you'll ever meet. You can't put him in an inverted fullback role, which kind of relies on.
Yeah, he's not naturally gifted for it.
Why do we have to play this inverted every single game?
Just play him as the fullback he is, and just.
But at home,
as a left
we
fullback.
have sort of been playing that way, haven't
Yeah.
it? Like,
Listen, we have
and it's
Zinchenko
worked.
has been amazing, right? He has been. He's been outstanding. On the ball, he's better than Tierney, without a doubt.
Yep.
Defensively, every goal's come down that side.
Yeah.
Every single goal in the last 5 games has come down Zinchenko's side. And he plays every game. Now, I'm not saying drop the guy forever because he's not good enough. But when Tierney's there and he's available and he's fitter clearly at the moment because there's doubts over Zinchenko, just play Tierney, man. What is it about Kieran Tierney we don't like? I don't get
What's
this.
the point of having a squad if you can't use and
100.
rotate?
He wants to play the others. Trossard comes in,
Yeah.
Jorginho comes in, Eddie comes in.
Well, I think is
What do
what
you
they're
mean?
just saying is just that inverted thing.
Yeah.
And funny enough, if you're watching Man City today, what they haven't actually played with John Stones, who's been the guy
He's been
coming in at
outstanding.
invert. But they played Akanji, and Akanji's been coming in and doing that inverted role. So I mean, they have to learn how to. Tierney's gonna have to learn how to do that role.
Or alternatively,
Yeah,
that Arsenal play a different way when Tierney's in the team.
Use Ben White as that inverted or something and come down Tierney's side. 'cause
But
he
then
can't
you
do
lose
that, can he?
something.
He
Then
can't
you
do
lose
that.
you lose the width then down the right hand side with
Yeah.
Saka and that combination between
Or
Saka.
alternatively, you could potentially play Kivior as a left-sided player and play maybe as a 3 at the back and do it slightly
I don't
different.
That's
think
More-
he's
risky though, man.
It's more
He's not
risky,
gonna
but
switch
then
to those sort
there's
of things
different
at this
options.
stage of the
Now having
season, I
those
don't think.
extra players
So
in.
do you think Tierney can break lines like how Zinchenko does?
No.
You can't. So just
you
not
play
even risky.
differently.
Just have him playing the left back and just keep
Yeah.
it moving.
And
That's
have
not
a-
risky.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I
but then
agree with
everybody
that.
wants to play inverted now, so Tierney's got to be sold.
Yeah,
It's mad. Like,
Yeah, I
just think
don't-
we've
I
got
don't
2
agree
great
with
left backs there finally, and we want to get rid of one. Why? Why do we want to get rid
I
of
don't.
one?
Well, I
I
don't
think
want
we
to get rid of one.
want to
I
get
don't
rid of
either.
one, but by the fact that we're not playing him, it kind of gives Tierney no real choice but to leave. If he's not being played, he's an international.
I agree with you.
Even though it's
Yeah, but
Scotland, he's still
to me,
international.
I hope he stays.
to me, I've said this a few times, right? There's lots of reasons for Tierney to stay as well because
Yeah.
next season we'll be in the Champions League.
A lot more
Right?
competitions. Yeah.
And if you're playing in the Champions League, there's going to be more opportunities for you to play as a left back. You know what I mean? And plus as well, you can work on that role and become really good at it so that maybe you start ahead of Zinchenko. That is what I like about Man City and Pep Guardiola, right? He's like, it's whoever's playing well at the time they play, right? Remember last season it was Cancelo.
Yep.
Like literally first name on the team sheet.
Yeah.
But this year now, he's suffered from the inverted thing because When it's come to it now, and he's like, well, I kind of want a bit extra of that.
Pickford,
Oh,
Pickford needs to get
my
out.
God.
Pickford needs to get out, man. Drop this fucking guy, bro.
3-0
Where did you think he was going to go?
Gundogan with another goal, by the way.
I was looking at
It just looked too easy.
where the fuck else was he going to go,
Pickford, your goalkeeper.
Where is he
I
going
didn't
to
say
go,
it was
bro?
good. I just said the reason why.
What was that? Did he
he
predict that one as well then? Did he predict that one?
Just look at him. Look at him.
Oh my God, he's supposed to save that. That's not even in the corner, is it?
Where's he standing?
Where's he standing?
Yeah.
Nah, man, you need to investigate him, man. Investigate this, bruv. If you ain't got a bet on this, I don't know. Investigate this, bruv.
No, I'm not taking anything away from the free kick there.
It wasn't
Great free kick,
the
but
hardest free kick, was it?
great free kick.
It don't need to be hard.
Position
The
is right.
keeper's 9 miles on that
That's what I'm
side.
saying.
It
It wasn't
don't need to be
great.
hard.
It was a good free kick. It wasn't a great
I hate
free kick.
goalkeepers that say my wall's got me. No.
Yeah.
Like, get in the middle of your goal. Like, he's basically inviting it. No, that's poor.
By the way, Dave Jordan says, who's ready for the KT shirt hoofball today?
The what?
What?
Hoofball.
What's that?
I don't know. I think what I guess he's saying is that he ain't going to be breaking no lines and stuff like that. He'll be just hoofing the ball.
I don't get what Dave Jordan hates against Tierney. I don't get it.
Yeah.
What is it about
Tierney's a great player, man.
Oh my God. Everton. I hope they get rid. Oh my God.
Yeah. I hope they get relegated as well.
Get them
Everyone
down.
was saying, oh, Everton, I think, because it's Real Madrid.
I seriously
I said
thought
3-0 today. It's going to be about 5.
I seriously thought that they would give City a tough
Nah,
game.
Robbie,
I really
come on,
did,
man.
man.
But if you look at the table,
But they're you know what I mean? And two of those goals.
Terrible side.
Yeah.
bro.
First goal, brilliant. Second goal, Pickford. Third goal, brilliant, but Pickford again, positioning.
but if you look at the table, there's
what I mean,
a
they're not good
reason
enough.
why Everton are so low. So why are we so?
But they
just
did
thought
get a
they'd
draw.
be-
They did get a draw at the Etihad
Yeah,
this
they
season.
did.
And they beat us,
They
but
beat,
they
beat us and they beat Brighton last
I
week
never see
5-1.
it happening.
But what I didn't understand was, of all the games, why are we looking at this one when this is the team that's at the bottom of the table, whereas the other three teams have got to play? All right, Chelsea are around mid-table now.
I actually agree with that, Julian.
But Brighton,
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, Brighton
I
and
agree with
Brentford have got great seasons.
Brighton and Brentford were the ones I looked at more than
and
this.
Chelsea could have
No,
a
but
shot.
the thing is about it, right, is that you know why I didn't look at the Brentford game, because it will be finished before.
They're on the
Brentford.
beach. Yeah.
If they win, if they beat Chelsea
It's Brighton, is he?
and they beat Brighton, it's over.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about Brentford. So Brentford, that game, I've always said that game comes too late.
Well,
So it had to
but that's
be-
an if. That's
Everton
an if
and
they win
Brighton,
the
it
other
had to
two
be.
games.
But it ain't
of
gonna be.
all the
It was
games,
definitely gonna be. I don't know
it
why
could have been
we
that
thought it
this
was
one was the least chance they were going to lose. So, all right, we're disappointed, but it's still not over.
Yeah, the league's better without them anyway.
I think they'll win them all. I said this. I think they'll win them all.
And the chances are they will.
Come on, Leeds.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I would like to see Everton and Leeds relegated.
Would you?
Yeah.
That's harsh. Why?
Purely for logistical reasons.
Yeah, that's the same.
It's the furthest away games, and it's really unfortunate that Burnley are coming up because
Have you seen-
that's our least favourite.
No, but
isn't it?
you know what could happen. Right? It could be Burnley, Sheffield United, and it could be one of the other two northeastern teams in Sunderland, which is about 5 miles away from Newcastle, and Middlesbrough, which is about 20 miles
Yeah,
away from Newcastle.
I definitely don't want.
So they're all long
Middlesbrough.
trips.
I mean, Sunderland I'm torn between because they're a client of mine. Luton I'm torn between because I still don't forgive them
I
for
want Luton to
88.
go up, man.
And also it's going
Luton's near.
to be difficult to get tickets for Luton.
it will be.
I mean, their stand is in someone's back garden, isn't
Oh,
it?
nearly 3.
And then
nearly 4, sorry.
Coventry, I wouldn't mind. It's not too far.
Yeah,
Coventry's
Coventry. Coventry looking
and it's
alright.
a stadium I've never been to, so I can add that to my spreadsheet.
Ash K says T-Rex arms
Man's got a
Pickford.
spreadsheet.
Yeah,
Julian.
Jesus,
Spreadsheet?
Julian.
yeah, I've got a spreadsheet of all the grounds
You
I've
on
been to.
Excel or something? Am I ticking them
it
off?
was the first time I ever used Excel was 91, and I went on this training thing, and you had to present to the rest of the class what you did, and I did a spreadsheet of all the grounds I'd been to.
How many
I
had
did
you been
little
to at
graphs.
that
At that
stage?
time, it was about 52.
That's
Well, I was
impressive.
updating it this week, and I'm up to about 96, I think.
That's impressive.
96 rounds.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
A lot of them are duplicates of.
What is it that don't count then if it's a
No, it's
duplicate?
duplicates as in Millwall, the old Den, Millwall,
Oh,
the new
okay,
Den.
okay.
So it's new grounds. I wasn't sure whether to use Tottenham as two because it's technically on the same. On
No,
the
it's
same
two.
patch of
No, but
land,
it's a
isn't
new
it?
stadium,
It
isn't
is
it?
too, yeah.
All right, so that's
a new
97
stadium.
now, I think.
New
Well
stadium.
done. Thank you.
3 more to go for
Ash K. Oh my God, man. Your stories, man. So you 92 grounds you've been to now?
I'll have to consult the spreadsheet and I'll let you know
97
next
you
week. But it was 90 something.
What, it's grown in the last 2 seconds.
No, I haven't finished it because there was some that I forgot about, like the ones in Orlando. We did 2 there, didn't we? And I've also been to LA Galaxy.
All right, let's get back to the start.
Yeah, I'm bored now. Come on,
Let's get back to the starting 11, right? So on the 11 as well, right? So we just spoke about Tierney. The other position, There's two other positions in particular I'm thinking about. Could there be a
Jorginho.
change? Jorginho. Does Jorginho start? Right? Let me ask the Jorginho hater over there, right? Because you know, I remember
you a hater?
slagging off that side.
Jorginho! I didn't know that.
Does Jorginho start for you?
Yeah. I mean, you said earlier, Pep picks players on how their current form is, and if you're gonna go by that logic, yeah, he starts, man. He starts. What I've seen of him the last few games has been can't even put a foot wrong. You know, he didn't put a foot wrong, and
It's brilliant at Newcastle.
And unfortunately, Partey has, you think about the West Ham game, his performances haven't been the best. There's dipped. So I'll stick with Jorginho until you have to bring Partey on.
Okay. What about you?
It's close, but for a home game, I would put in Partey. He's more adventurous. And
Partey you'd have him?
Yeah, I'd have Partey it's really marginal, but it's because I think we need to attack that will battle at home.
Mopé's.
That was Mopé.
That was Mopé.
Yeah.
The guy you said's good.
No, I said he could be good.
Did good for Brighton, I thought you
He
said.
did good for Brighton.
What, did he? That's why they sold him.
They sell all their good
So
players, Brighton.
you're going Partey?
Yeah, marginally.
I'm going to throw out a wild one.
Ooh.
I'm going Jorginho, Partey, Odegaard.
Oh.
And I think it's harsh because Xhaka is...
Xhaka.
Why are you leaving Xhaka out?
Xhaka did well. Xhaka did well. I feel like we need Partey in this game as it's a home game, and I don't think you can drop Jorginho. So I'm going to throw a wild one out
But why
there.
are you dropping?
It's not going to be that way.
Xhaka was brilliant last week.
Yeah, no, he was. But I feel like Partey for a home game is needed, and I don't think you can drop Jorginho. So I'm going to go with Partey just pushed up a bit, having Jorginho sitting and pulling the strings, and then Odegaard. That's what I'm going with.
So where's Partey? So Partey's playing like a box to
So
box.
Partey's going in the Xhaka position for me, and you're having Jorginho holding.
Why are you changing it up for?
Because I feel like that's what that could be needed for this. That midfield in Brighton is very dominating.
Yeah, but
Caicedo, Gross, and McAllister. Let's go for it. Let's have
but then
both. Why can't we have both?
but you could argue that Newcastle also got a very good midfield, right? With Guimaraes and Joe Linton and Xhaka was brilliant.
Yeah, Xhaka was good, and it might be
you're
harsh
gonna
on
drop
Xhaka, but it's going to be harsh on whoever we drop. Is it harsh on Jorginho to drop Jorginho? Yes. Is it harsh for Partey to go, you're not good enough at the moment? Yes.
Well,
is it harsh for Xhaka to say you've got to drop? Yes. So one of them's got to miss out.
But then
Partey
Partey has not played well in the past few games, has he? So
no, he hasn't. But I think over the season, you can't just say, do you know what? Last 2 games you've been crap. You're now not.
No. But you listen. This is football at a big club. You've had a few games where you dropped off, and the guys that have come in and replaced you have done so well that I can't drop them out at the moment. What's wrong with that?
There you go.
Listen, I know what the midfield is going to be. It's going to be Jorginho, Xhaka, and Odegaard. That's what it will be, in my opinion. Partey will be dropped. But I would bring in Partey for this one because I feel, personally, like this midfield, there's a good midfield, man. Like McAllister, Gross, and Caicedo, I think are going to be very, very difficult. And I would play Partey because I think we need Partey in there, personally.
Yeah, I do.
But that's what I'm saying. It might be harsh on Xhaka, but I don't think Jorginho's played bad enough to be dropped. And I don't think Partey is like, you're done with you at the moment, you're no good, you're staying out. That's what I'm going with. But listen, it's not going to be. We know what the midfield's going to be. It's going to be Jorginho. He's not going to drop that midfield. Put that in, man. Put that in.
Your boy, no
That's
pain,
what I go with, Rob. But it's not going to be. It's not going to
All
be.
right, I've got another one. I've got another conundrum for you guys, right? Up front. Now, Trossard up against his old team. Sometimes when you're up against your old team, you know what I mean, you're motivated to do really, really well.
How did that work for Aubameyang?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Would you, say that again?
How did that work for Aubameyang the other night?
True, but that was the thinking behind his selection, right? So, do you bring Trossard?
Handball! That's a handball.
Oh,
That is a handball. Oh my God, that hasn't even been looked at.
it's playing on.
Yeah,
They're on
here
the
comes
break
goal
now
number
as well.
4
They're
coming
the
forward
break.
now as Haaland's
He's
on the
just
way,
got to put
right?
that in.
But is it a
Foden's in.
case that they have to play on until there's a break in play?
Haaland?
No.
Yeah, sorry, Rob.
Trossard,
Yep.
or, do you keep the same front three as last week, which was Martinelli, Saka, Jesus, or do you bring Trossard back in for this game against his old club?
Trossard starts.
Yeah.
Against who?
Instead of who?
Jesus.
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 Yeah. He was quality against Newcastle. Again, we're playing well at the moment, so we're going to have to be brutal. Trossard's got to come in for this one for me. He's playing against Brighton. I think he's been harshly treated. You get player of the month in March, you hardly play in April. Is that fair? Not really. I think Jesus was okay in April. I wouldn't say he was outstanding. He
scored
got some good
though.
goals. Yeah, he got some good goals.
He's okay. He scored about 4 goals.
Yeah, no, he was decent.
That's a goal a game.
Do you think though? Let me ask you this.
No, hold on. That's a goal a game.
Do you think though?
1 second. I want to know what decent. I want to know what good and decent is because that's a goal a game.
So, do you think in March and April who had the better month, Trossard or Jesus?
Right, but I'm on about April, is what you just said, right?
Yeah.
So the most recent games, when he's come back in after his injury, right? Not only has his hold-up play been outstanding.
Yeah, it has been. I love Jesus.
Right,
I'm just saying.
But he scored like a goal a game.
Trossard, for me, did not deserve to be bombed out that side, in my opinion. And I think against Brighton, at home, this guy knows Brighton well, better than Jesus does. Is that facts? He knows better than Brighton. So I played Trossard for this one.
You sound like
You said it was ruthless.
You know, he sounds like a football trade union. Trade unionist. You know what I mean?
Listen, if I'm
It's not
talking to
fair
Trossard,
that he's been bombed out right after.
I'm bigging up Trossard. That's all I'm doing. I think he's been.
He makes a good point. What do you think?
treated.
Would you bring Trossard back in, or do you keep it the same? Big win
no,
last
do you
week,
know what?
2-0.
I would drop Saka.
Saka.
Yeah, I would drop Saka. And it sounds mad, but I don't think Saka's been.
He played very well last week.
Did he?
I thought so.
Did he?
I thought he played very well last week.
I don't think he's at the levels. Like I would drop him.
Last week he played very well.
What, against Newcastle?
Yeah, he was carrying a threat a lot. I mean, he should have scored, by the way, but he carried a big threat in that game.
Okay, Robbie, but no, not to his levels. Maybe he's improved. Like maybe he might have improved more than he's been playing in recent weeks. But I think the guy's burnt out, man. I think there's a chance to get Trossard involved.
All right. So you play Jesus on the right hand side.
Yep.
Trossard
No, Trossard is Trossard on Saka's side.
on the right hand side. So Trossard on the right.
Martinelli on the left, Jesus in the middle, and Trossard.
Okay. What about you?
I'd bring Trossard in for similar reasons to what Dan was saying. More of a case of we're in a position where we have 4 great players for 3 positions. Now, if we don't give one of those players, and it doesn't matter which one it is, but in this instance it's Trossard, enough game time, then they almost become a reserve. I don't want to see Trossard become a reserve because the confidence lowers. And then when they actually come into the team, when they need to come into the team, their levels are always slightly lower. So if we can give each one of them enough game time and keep them all as first team players, then that quality, which is undoubtedly there, is maintained. So I would bring him in. I would also bring him in because of the fact he's playing Brighton for this game. I think that does give you an extra piece of motivation. And I would agree with Strickter, probably very marginally, because it's really tough because all 3 of the front players are playing well. I would take Saka out of the team just for this game.
Again, you said that last time. You wanted Saka out again. Why? Do you want Saka out 2 weeks in a row?
I don't want Saka out. I want Trossard in. But in order to get
accommodate.
in order to get
In order to get him in, you're going to accommodate the situation.
There's a big difference in I don't want Saka out, but there's only 11 players you can play on the pitch.
But you see with me, right? I don't know. I'm different. I'm like, if someone's playing well, you stay in.
Saka's got to play for me.
Yeah, but Trossard was playing well.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
exactly.
And you've taken
That is
him out,
also
so
true.
which one?
But I thought it was right to, you know what, when I did my predicted 11 for last week's game, I was like, I'd take out Trossard, put in Martinelli, because in this type of game, his pace and his recovery runs and that is going to be needed.
But for
more,
Brighton, I'd have Trossard.
right? But I would, to be honest, right, I'd take Martinelli out of this game as well and put Trossard
Really?
in.
He's our top scorer.
Yeah, because only because of that fact. But either way, it doesn't bother me which one of them play. But I'm not. I don't like the accommodation thing. You know what I mean?
Do you know what we're forgetting?
you
We're
accommodate-
forgetting
play
two
what-
things.
Go
We're
on.
forgetting 2 things. One, it doesn't mean they're not going to play the game. So
Yeah.
Jesus, if he's dropped, he can come on.
Yeah.
That's a great sub.
He'd become an
Saka, if
impactor.
he's dropped, he can come on. That's a great sub. The other thing we're forgetting is, actually, this is what we want. Next
Yeah.
season, I want to be having these conversations
Exactly, every
single game.
Just like what City have got today,
yeah.
where
Foden
they're
comes
able
in,
to.
Mahrez comes in.
Yeah,
It's just
you know,
good to one.
Foden and Mahrez,
And it
these
seems-
guys, they started for everybody.
It's all about competition, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're at a level where you're not actually dropping much. I mean, we've seen
Yeah,
at
exactly.
centre
We've got
half
used to this.
that when Saliba was out the team, our standards and our performances dropped because the reserve that came in just
Wasn't
wasn't
good
up
enough.
to
We'll have
standard.
fans crying because Tierney ain't playing. And if
But that's what I like.
and if
We
he's
want
not,
that competition.
Yeah, but
we want
Tierney's,
that competition.
but Tierney's not
if
as
Tierney,
good.
if Tierney's not the right player and the player in front of him is on form, and I don't think I'd have Tierney in now, because I agree with you, Zinchenko's form's falling off. But when Zinchenko's on form, sorry Tierney, you have to be on the bench.
And that's what you want in every position.
Yeah,
though, Rob.
it's not
That's what I'm
saying that you're not a great player.
No,
it's just saying that
and we're
you're
not saying that Jesus or Trossard or Saka aren't good enough.
Yeah.
This is what we need. Next season, I want to be talking about this all the time. I want to be saying next season, who do we have in? Who do we drop? Who do we like? This is what we should be doing in every position, because that's what Man City do, and that's who we're going for next year.
Okay, a couple of super chats just before. We're not far away from the starting 11. Amri Nell says the title is gone, but I'm hoping for 90 points. No one can call us bottlers. Man City are a juggernaut and still competing until the very end is very commendable. And also, William says Saka had one good game recently, and that was last week against Chelsea. Before that, he was terrible. No, last week he was very good against Newcastle. Trust me. We're going to once again just remind you guys about NordVPN. You know, great guys that are helping us with this show. Remember, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Use the code AFTV at the checkout and click the link below and visit nordvpn.com/AFTV for the AFTV special. Only 3 games left, so make sure you give it a try before the end of the season. Check this out, Start 11 coming up. If you're traveling soon, why pay more? Just change your location before you travel so that you can explore local prices on accommodation, flights, car rentals and events. Once you're in your destination country, you can change your location back to the UK. So it's easy to access your emails, banking and subscriptions. Click the link to unlock your internet freedom with NordVPN. And with the AFTV special, you can save even more. Click the link to be invincible. Yes, as I said, once again, check out NordVPN, 30-day money-back guarantee. Guys, we're only a couple of minutes away from finding out what the starting 11... You all seem on a bit of a downer.
Well,
you know, it's this game, innit? Man City...
I'm all right. I expected this. I expected this.
You said 3-0.
I said it would be 3-0 City today, and I'm amazed it's not more than that at the moment. But I didn't fancy Everton. I just didn't. You know that freak result against Brighton, everyone was getting excited, and fair play. But I just didn't expect it, if I'm honest with you. I think that Man City are too good, man. They're too good.
Are you expecting any other teams to get a result against
But
City?
the only one I would say is Brighton away, potentially. But because they're fighting for something. Brentford are not fighting for anything. Chelsea are done. They're on the beach until Pochettino comes in. And they've only Brighton as our hope for a drop. But they've got to drop 2 games, Jules. We're not going to do that, man. Like
they got to drop... We got to be perfect for now to end the season.
Yeah.
And they've got to drop 4 points.
I always remember a few years ago, probably more than a few years ago, Man United went to West Ham and they had nothing. I think they were even relegated by that stage. And Man United needed the win to win the league.
Yeah, Tevez scored, I remember.
Yeah, and I think they did it twice to them, West Ham. So it doesn't always work that way. When a team's not playing under pressure, they could actually put the performance in.
Yeah, but this City team, I think because as well, the prize they're chasing, the possibility of a treble.
Yeah, that's more pressure on them.
Yeah, but they're handling the pressure very well, aren't they?
They'll look like faltering.
I wonder what the odds are on City winning nothing this season.
You're going to stick a tenner on it, Junior.
You put a tenner on that.
It'd be great if it happened. Although that would mean it would mean that Man United would win the FA Cup. So that's the downside to that.
And we would win the league. That's
that's the biggest upside. Yeah.
Milo says, unfortunately, Robbie, money dominates the league.
Yep.
Well, listen, we spent as well. We can't just say, so we can't just say.
Yeah, but we have done it within the rules of the game.
Robbie, apparently City's fans want Gundogan to leave, which is crazy to me. Do you think he would fit at Arsenal?
100%.
In his midfield, he's an excellent player. He's supposed to be going to Bayern, I heard. That's the place of going. And AS2 Skills says, if Man City wins the treble, have they surpassed Arsenal in terms of a big club? Ooh.
Never.
No, not yet.
Who said that?
Yeah. It was only a question, and
it's a
silly question. So whoever you are, be ashamed. You've just asked a silly question.
Well, I think
I know
he's saying
I reckon Kieran Tierney's playing. That's
I reckon it's Kieran Tierney.
Anyway, this is the lineup. I've got the starting 11. Right, it's Aaron Ramsdale, Gabriel, Jakob Kivior, Ben White, Zinchenko. There you go. See?
Is he really?
No, it's Kieran Tierney. It's Kieran Tierney. Jorginho. Martin Odegaard. Granit Xhaka. Gabriel Martinelli. Saka. And Jesus.
Okay, who's the sub?
So Trossard does not start.
There's no shocks here. There's no
Trossard
shocks.
only makes the bench.
There's no shocks
The
here,
bench is Matt Turner, Rob Holding, Raul Walters, Fabio Vieira, Emil Smith-Rowe, Thomas Partey, Eddie Nketiah, Leandro Trossard and Reece Nelson.
So that's interesting.
So Zinchenko not even on the bench.
And that's interesting after you said, but because there was pictures of him in his training kit, he would be playing.
That says to me.
No, I said he could. I didn't say he would be playing. I said he could be on the
fit.
bench.
Right.
But if you listen to what Arteta said in his press conference, right, was he necessarily? He wasn't necessarily lying, I'd say, because what he said was, he goes, he's going to train tomorrow, and then we're going to see. So obviously he's trained, and he said no.
But he's been saying that Saliba will see for about 6 weeks.
No, but what it was, remember, it was the two of them that we were told were going to be left out, right?
For the season, they
For the
said.
season. On the one with Saliba, he said, listen, he goes, he's definitely out of the game. He didn't say he was out for the season, but he said he's definitely out of the Brighton game. But on the Zinchenko one, he said he's going to train tomorrow and we'll see. Obviously, he hasn't made it.
Yeah, I mean, if his definition of training is having a picture of him in the training top, then he's absolutely right. He hasn't lied.
He has trained.
Yeah, he has trained, and you were right. And I was wrong.
Here's the team. Jason Steele. This is Brighton, by the way. Jason Steele in goal. Estupinian, Lewis Dunk, Pascal Gross, Levi Colville, Moises Caicedo, Billy Gilmore, Julio Enciso, Alexis McAllister, Mitoma, and Evan Ferguson. That is their team. And
decimated in defence, aren't they?
That's
Got a lot of their players out.
Well, Webster's out.
Webster's out, that's the main player,
Colby's a very good player. He's had a very, very good season.
Lamptey's
Lamptey's been out for ages.
He hasn't really played.
Yeah, Lamptey's been out for ages. That's not.
And there was another one.
Good player though.
There's another one that's out. Veltman, he was one of their mainstays.
Yeah, he was.
But that's still a strong team that they've got there. That's still a very, very strong side.
I like Brian. They're a good side.
The team basically is the same team as last week, apart from Zinchenko. Are you happy with the team?
Yeah, I'm fine with it, to be fair. I know we were all mucking around saying who we think is going to come in, who we would like to see, but Mikel Arteta knows, doesn't he, who's been training the best and who needs to be there. I think Kieran Tierney is a fine option.
It's a big game for Tierney.
I believe. Massive game for him because, do you know what, Robbie? And I say this, like, everybody says, Dan loves Tierney. Yeah, I do love Tierney. I don't think there's anything wrong with loving one of your players, right? But this is a big game for his future at Arsenal. Not just for him to try and get back into the first team, but a lot of people are saying that Newcastle are interested, Man City apparently interested in Tierney. This for me says, look, you're coming in now, you're proving why you're good enough. Next season, we're going to be playing Champions League. We're going to be playing both the domestic cups and the league. You're going to get games. Come stay with us. This is the place for you. This is what I think we need to be telling him. I hope he has a great game. I really do. I hope he has a great game.
It's a big game for him, isn't it?
Yeah, it is massive. But even if they are going to let him go, if he has a good end to the season, then it's going to increase the transfer fee, which is then going to put us in a position to be able to go out and get another player, although I would prefer him to stay. But then there's no point in having him if he's going to spend the whole season on the bench, because if Arteta is dead set on, I want to play... Yeah, if Arteta's dead set on, I want to play this inverted fullback in a particular way, and he doesn't believe Tierney can play it, then he's not going to play him, is he? You saw against Liverpool, Zinchenko didn't play, and he didn't even bring Tierney in as a second choice.
How much is it to replace Tierney for you? If he goes, 40 million?
To me, I don't understand why, Tierney. But I guess, listen, we know this inverted role is very important to Mikel Arteta and very important to the way in which he wants to play, right? So if it turns out that Tierney can't play that role, he will miss out. They probably will sell him, because then he's going to be a victim of, he's going to be a victim of
formation
change. A penalty. Just looking at that.
Has he just punched him?
He's just pushed
Pickford
him right
hates
in the
Arsenal,
face,
bro. Pickford hates Arsenal. Look at this. The guy hates Arsenal. He hates
That's a penalty, isn't it?
That's a penalty.
Surely that's a penalty.
That's a penalty.
Pickford here just
Look, he
comes,
looks
right?
at him.
He looks.
Yeah.
He pushes him straight in the face.
He's a clown, isn't he?
He's a clown. That's the first. I was looking for that word.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
Don't tell me he predicted that one as well, Jimmy.
Clown.
What is he doing here? What is that?
Look, all
What
I'm
even
saying is I
that as a
predict
goalkeeper?
better than Pickford predicts.
I don't even think they gave that as a penalty. I thought that was a penalty.
It's poor. It's worth looking. That's poor.
Well, let's get your predictions now that we know what the team is on both sides. Brighton, very strong team. Brighton, by the way, coming off the back of a 5-1 loss against Everton. They must be looking to themselves and saying, how the hell did we lose 5-1? How the hell did we lose to Everton? You know what I mean? At their place. So we did beat them 4-0 when we got them at the Emirates. But predictions?
Predictions. I think 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1.
Yeah, I think if you look at the De Zerbi teams and results from when he's taken over, they've got massive amount of goals for and against. I think it's like 92 goals in 27 games, which is the second highest in Premier League history. So you would predict, especially without the way we concede and score goals, it's going to be a high-scoring game. So I would think that Arsenal have the better of it. Maybe, couldn't say for definite, of course, but maybe like 5-3. It'll be a high-scoring game. But I think we'd get the better of it. I think it might be 4-3 or 4-2. But I think there'll definitely be goals in it, and it'll be high-scoring. But we'll have the better of it.
It's 4-2 when we played them at their place.
Yeah, it'll be. We'll have the better of it, and we'll beat them by a couple of goals.
Okay.
You think 5-3?
5-3, 6-4, 4-2, 3-1.
Okay, that's not what I think.
It's going to be a high-scoring game that we will have the better of.
Calm. I'm going to go for a nervy 2-1 Arsenal win. I think this one will be very, very tight. I don't think Brighton are going to come here after the back of a loss of 5-1 and go, do you know what? We don't care anymore. They're going for a European place, and they're very, very good. They play out from the back as good as anybody.
Yeah.
I think they're a very good side. I think De Zerbi's done great. I'm going to go for Arsenal 2-1.
I'm going to go for Arsenal, 3-1. I feel that you're right. I think it'll be a tough game. I feel that we've got to look after those transitions that Brighton do, the way they transition the ball up through the middle of the park. The midfield is going to be very, very important. But I do feel if we can cope with that, you know, Brighton do give you chances to score. I mean, I couldn't believe how many chances they gave
Unbelievable.
Everton the other day, right? And it's, the first goal is all important. I mean, if we get that, because I just feel that Brighton, their confidence will be knocked a bit after that 5-1. It's all right saying, well, next week we're going to...
But you hear De Zerbi's comments, we'll see the real Brighton against Arsenal.
I know that, but 5-1's a heavy, heavy loss. And they, let's not forget that game they were going for, they were...
Champions League,
they were going for big prizes. So I think Brighton now, the pressure's on them a lot. You know what I mean? They've got to win games and stuff like that. So, you can't just come and turn up and everyone says, oh, Brighton did well, but they lost. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean nothing now when you're chasing big prizes. So it's a different type of pressure that their players are coming under. And as well, I think with Brighton as well, they are such a good side now that everybody treats them with the full respect that they deserve. There's nobody like saying, oh, this is just going to be Brighton at home, we should win this. Even Arsenal fans, I remember like last year and in the years gone by, we were all assuming Brighton kind of light work almost sort of thing. I don't think...
At the Emirates though, they've done well.
Yeah, but I don't think nobody now views Brighton as light work. Everyone views Brighton as a very serious team.
They beat us this season at home.
They did.
They won the League Cup.
They did.
Yeah,
The League Cup.
we're slightly
there was a much
fortunate
change.
against
There was a lot of changes that day, but
They were a good side.
Yeah.
But
So-
Julian says we're going to put 6 past them, so that's all good.
No, I said it'd be high scoring. Everyone twists what
Go
I
and
say.
put £10 on 6-4. I don't know what
It'll
you
be
get.
high scoring, and we'd get the better of it probably by 2 goals.
okay. All right. Well, listen. Let's know your predictions. Leave it in the comments below. We're going to be heading to the game. You going to the game, Stricto?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Julian's there. He's another one on his spreadsheet.
98.
You're there as well,
I'm there,
Dan.
man, yeah.
The guys are going to be here in the studio, though, right? Getting all of your views and comments. So we want to hear from all of you throughout the game. Let us know how you're feeling. It's a game that we have to win. Listen, it ain't completely over yet, even though City are cruising to a win at Everton. This is still a game that we must win. So let's hope we can get that win. And don't forget that it's going to be a very special watch along that is going to be powered by NordVPN. They've got their 30-day money-back guarantee. Use the code AFTV at the checkout or click the link and visit nordvpn.com/AFTV for the AFTV special. Get it before the season ends, or you could miss out on some massive savings. Thank you, and we'll see you soon. NordVPN is the ultimate tool for exploring the internet. It's like having a Swiss Army knife that protects you from online threats, helps you to access fresh content, and gives you anonymity, and so much more. So make sure that you've got NordVPN in your arsenal. Get it? In your arsenal? Click the link. And with the AFTV special, you can save even more. Click the link to be invincible.